Hey folks, welcome to Metal Mill 52 Workshop. My name is Bill. This is not my shop, this is the garage. And in this video, I'm going to show how I use this Permatex windshield repair kit to fix my windshield on my car. I got a couple of nasty chips that weren't worth getting the windshield replaced over, but nonetheless they were irritating, so I wanted to try to fix them. I watched some great videos on YouTube. There is a gentleman, his YouTube channel is called Project Farm, and I would highly recommend Project Farm. I always look, anytime when I'm trying to figure out something like this, I look at him. Anyway, he did a comparison, and the Permatex product came out high. It cost about $20. I bought it from my Advanced Auto Parts store, and I've just spent about an hour this afternoon fixing not only the main chip that I was worried about, but also a couple smaller ones, and you'll see that in here. Definitely worth the money, interesting to use, and just stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy it. If you are a home improvement person and you'd like, check out some of my other videos. I've got videos on painting kitchen cabinets and other stuff like that. Building a sliding deck gate, I think, is one of my most popular videos on my channel. If you are one of my live Steam subscribers, I'm still working on the little locomotive, and I should publish new content on that soon. So thank you for your patience. If either category, if this video is helpful to you, if you would please give me a thumbs up. It does motivate me to keep doing videos. So thanks everybody. Hope this is helpful and useful. See you soon. There's the chip itself. And luckily it's just in the outer layer, but I bought this Permatex kit and I've just read the directions. So the one thing I noticed that I didn't catch in the Project Farm description is that you basically need to allow about a half hour for the project, because there's a couple of times where you're supposed to set things up and let it sit for 10 minutes and come back to it. So I've allocated a half hour of my time to get this thing fixed. The first thing to do, here's the kit. This is what it looks like. And I bought it at a local auto parts store. It comes with this straight razor, safety razor, alcohol swab, little rubber disc, and then the apparatus for injecting the resin in. It's all pretty straightforward, pretty intuitive, except for how they have you manipulate the lock on the syringe, which I'll try to show that here as we go along. Okay, I used the alcohol swab and then took off one side of the adhesive disc to stick it to the window with the hole right in the center. And the next thing is to take off the other side and to apply the little syringe base. I'm fiddling with that. I should have pulled that out. This is what the syringe base looks like. So I'll set the camera down, peel off the red, and then stick this to it. Okay, there's the base installed, and I didn't mention this, but I did double check, just like they ask you to make sure that there's no air bubbles on the inside. Now at this point, I've inserted the plunger. When I inserted it, it was all the way down, and then I inserted it tightly and pulled it up, or out if you will, so that it's to the lowest position. Now I'm supposed to let this sit for 10 minutes. So I'll come back in 10 minutes. When I do come back, then I remove the syringe to let air into it, and then I replace it, put it back down, and basically push it in and let that sit for 20 minutes. So it's quite interesting, this process to inject the resin into the hole. Okay, it's been 10 minutes and step 6 here, and everything seems to be coming together. They're saying now that I need to take this apart and that'll let air in, and then put it back together and push the thing down to the second detent here, and then let that sit for 20 minutes. So I'm going to turn the camera off while I do that, because it's a two-handed operation. Okay, I've restored it. This was weird though. There was suction in the tube, and after I put it back on, it just went straight down. So rather than pulling it back up to that detent, I just let it sit there. We'll just let it cure like this for 20 minutes. I think that'd be better to do than to disrupt things. Here's the view from the inside there. That flapping around, that's just a piece of paper towel that I put in place. So now I'll let it sit for 20 minutes. Okay, this is all sat for 20 minutes, so it should be fine. Now the directions say to basically break this all down, take it apart, clean the windshield off, and then I'll put some drops of resin on top, and then there's a curing strip. There's a little plastic piece of plastic I'll lay over there to let it cure and finish that. So I'll bring you back when I have that also. Okay, I've just removed all the stuff. You can see it did leave a lot of the rubber residue there, but what's nice is the resin inside there. It does look like it's filled the hole, so I'm very excited about that, and it's not dry yet. So I'm taking the razor blade, this single edge razor blade, safety razor they gave me. I'm going to scrape off any excess stuff around here before I put the final drops and the curing strip in place. Bring you back when I have that done. Okay, I've got the curing strip in place. There's no air bubbles where the chip is, which is right there. In fact, I'm really thrilled with how this looks so far. Now I just need to let this sit till it all dries, 15 minutes to an hour. It is sunny out here, so I'll give it a little time, but pretty excited about the progress so far. Okay, it's been an hour now, and it says to carefully remove the curing strip. So I'll do that as you watch here. That was easy. And then it also mentions to, I say it, the instructions, they say if there's any excess resin to scrape that off with the razor that they've provided. So I'm going to do that and try to keep this away from the chip area. Man, it looks really good to me. Really thrilled. I mean, from the outside here, I know that there was a chip there, but let me brush some of this stuff out of the way. You really cannot tell. Really excited about how clean that came. Let's see. I think the theory is the resin should fill up the little hole in the windshield. And it really looks like it's done that. I don't know if it's as clear. Use the plastic. So the actual chip was right there, and that is really next to invisible here. And I'm not even done cleaning this off yet. It occurred to me as I was going through this, there's a residual chip over here. Residual chip. Something happened at the same time. I'm sure, because I didn't have any chips in my windshield at all. So what I might do, so yeah, you can see, I mean, this is all that's left of that little star chip, is this little tiny gray area. It's very difficult to even see. I mean, by comparison, you can't really tell. I think what I might do is, while I've got all this stuff out, is take that, put a drop of resin in that curing thing and stick it on there, on that one. Got nothing to lose, but yeah, I'm thrilled with this. This is very, very clean process, and looks to have done the job. I'm going to try a little experiment. I noticed this tiny little chip next to the bigger one that we fixed, and I noticed over on this side of my car, probably from the same trip, there's a larger chip. If it shows up here, there it is. It's almost as big as the first one that we fixed. but I've got some of the resin left, and what I did was I cut the curing strip in two small pieces. So what I'm going to do is wipe these two spots down with alcohol and put some of the resin in just in the holes and put the curing strip on top and just leave that sit and see if that cures, or if that, what that does as far as fixing these holes. I figure it couldn't hurt. So I'll bring you back and show you once I've got that done. This should be interesting. I had plenty of the resin left, and I just used a clean paper towel and some isopropyl alcohol to clean the window off. Then I put a good amount of the resin in and put the little curing strip on top, so there's no air bubbles there. I'm going to let this sit for an hour. We'll come back out and see if that makes a nice repair on both of them. I'll walk over and show you the other one. So you can see, well, there's clouds and stuff, but I mean, that fixed really nicely on that one area. The larger chip that was bothering me, it's kind of right in my line of sight as the driver. Okay, here's the finished product with the just using the curing strip and the excess resin. So I'm going to peel these things off, clean them like I did before, and I'll bring you back and show you the completely finished project for today. Well, I'm not sure anything will even show up here, but this is, I've just seconds later removed the resin and the curing strip from the ancillary hole. Let me go over there and do this one next. Show the process this time. Just use the razor to flip it up, and we'll scrape off any excess resin. This is a lot larger of a chip than the other one, the other small one. Well, that's amazing. I don't know if you can see it looks like a little blemish now, a little kind of a little black grease pencil mark. But it's clear that the resin got in there and it's bonded. I'm delighted with that. This is what the package looks like, y'all. Definitely highly recommend it. $20, can't beat it.